Hello and a very warm welcome to the highlights of Day 5 of the first test between Pakistan and Sri Lanka at the Pindi Cricket Stadium. Well, there has been a lot of rain in the area, and that is the reason the pitch still looks very fresh ahead of Day 5. Well, that's where the match stands at the moment. Sri Lanka opted to bat first after winning the toss, and Dhananjay still in the middle. Remember, no play was possible on Day 4. He's on 87, joined by Dilruwan Pereira on 6 as Sri Lanka 282 for 6. And that's Pakistan's bowling effort. Abbas, Shaheen, Shinwari, Naseem all amongst the wickets, with Naseem Shah 2 for 83 and Shaheen Shah Afridi was the pick of the bowlers with 2 for 58. Let's get straight to the action with our commentary team.
Lovely winter morning, warm sunshine, and it's just exquisite is Islamabad Pindi when the weather's like this, and the two umpires from England will enjoy this sunshine. Richard Kettleborough, Sheffield, Goff from Durham, so they might be a bit warm today because they're not used to this kind of heat.
Baz, double OBAs. Dhananjay to Silva. He's on that Aussie number, that little superstitious Aussies. 87, 13 shy of 100. Let's see if he can get to those 3 figures. That's the key from the Sri Lankan camp. They're thinking about that. They'll be now subtly thinking about 300. Interviews with coaches and selectors and managers alike. Sri Lankan camp is it? Yeah, let's just keep ticking along, keep playing. They're going to be up against Naseem Shah from the pavilion end against Dhananjay and Pereira. A last ball of an unfinished over went off with a bad light a couple of days ago now on Day 3. Here we are, it's Day 5. Oh, good carry. Those sweaty covers on for 2 days almost. Now it's all about Pereira and Dhananjay out in the middle. So we've got Pereira on strike up against Muhammad Abbas. Very much a loosener. So it's back over to you, Dhananjay. Hunting up the nervous 90s just around the corner.
We talked about the covers being on the pitch and maybe the sweaty covers having an effect on the pitch. We were out there in the morning just looking at the pitch, and obviously there's not been a lot of play on it, but it still has that green tinge. And this guy does get seam movement. I just thought that over the course of this test match, it's been slightly short because there's not enough pace in the wicket, a la Kiwi pitches.
Protection back there. Yes, Baz, I look at that surface and this one here, and I expect it to go through a bit more. It's just that little bit of, let me say in the trade, feels a bit plasticine, a bit sticky. So I think if you're good enough to hit the seam and really run in and find that good fullish length, I think you could be in business. Second new ball taken. So there you go. There'll be a bit of that, I reckon, on offer. If you get that right and it can just bounce that little bit more, I think the seamers, the pace men, should enjoy particularly this first 60 or 90 minutes.
That's the exact length that he should be bowling, although it didn't carry, fell well short, but slightly fuller from Abbas. Scramble seam. If he hits the seam there, he'll get more movement, but the length was perfect. They're just there and thereabouts.
Up and over. Yeah, if you're going to go hard. The first boundary of the morning on Day 5 here.
They're short and wide. And Pereira goes hard at it. Big top edge flies away, but too wide from Abbas.
Yeah, don't mind that, do you? In terms of a tail ender, he certainly meant that, did Pereira. Wanted to definitely go aerial. Into the surface here, Nazim. Think about two. Yeah, good hustle. The man on strike. Too straight. Pressure on. Yeah, going for four. Abbas, as mentioned, not the quickest going around. And in the end, there's 8 off it. 296 for 6 here. The Cries will catch it, but they won't. And it'll go through extra cover for 4. Pereira. 300 up now for the visitors.
Pereira has been ultra positive today, and this one driving on the up. Slightly aerial, but in the gap. It's a boundary through the covers. Bass won't mind that. Length was good, but it's just hitting through the line.
That's a lovely bit of timing. This is it. Wonderful moment for Dhananjaya de Silva. Teammates on their feet applauding. His 6th Test 100. Geez, he's had to wait a while for this one.
First Test century in Pakistan for 10 years. And it's almost felt as if he's been batting for 10 years in this 100. Fantastic through the offside once again. Lovely cover drive. That's been the trademark throughout his innings.
Oh, hello. Have we got a declaration? I think we have. Well, that's been answered for you, Bazid Khan, and everyone else here on the ground. Got his 100. That was the point of the exercise, and for Sri Lanka to get past 300. They've done so and declared 308 for 6. Dhananjaya not out 102. Been a marvellous performance by him. Good support from Pereira.
So Sri Lanka eventually declaring at 308 for 6. Dhananjaya de Silva completing his wonderful century. And in contributions from Karunaratne at the top as well. And Ushada Fernando too. Well, that's Pakistan's bowling. 4 fast bowlers. 2 for 58. Shaheen Shah Afridi was a pick of the bowlers for young Naseem Shah, 2 for 92. And Shinwari and Abbas, a wicket apiece for them. We'll take a very short break here. When we are back, we'll see Pakistan's first innings.
A sweat hit and a big hit. Pakistan batsmen, well, they'll be looking to be a little bit protective and safeguard their wicket. I think you get into that frame of mind where there's nothing more than doing just that. And that can have a negative connotation because you're looking to not get out. But it still is a fantastic platform for Abid Ali, who's playing his first Test match, to go out there, feel the pressure of Test match cricket, feel the pleasure of opening for Pakistan. So a lot at stake for Abid Ali. All eyes will be on him. Pakistan looking to tweak the opening combination with Shan and Abid.
Looked very impressive. I remember him watching him in that one-day series against Sri Lanka. He looked excellent. Looked a very complete player. But Shan Masood will, he's a senior partner. But Abid Ali did get 100 on his debut against Australia, and he looked very good against Sri Lanka too. Shan Masood in his 18th match. That average he would want to improve. 100 already. That was against Sri Lanka. He's got 650s. And as you say, it can be a little bit nervous for the Pakistanis. Really have nothing to gain out of this match other than maybe their personal performances and just try and cement their place. Kasun Rajitha opening the bowling. Don't forget Suranga Lakmal's not there. He was ill and he pulled out. But this guy has been very impressive. Lively medium fast to fast medium. Swings it around. Tall lad. And also gets a bit of bounce. So he's given the new ball. Big moment for him. Here is the first ball off the Pakistan innings. 2 slips and a gully and a short mid-wicket.
Oh, what a magnificent catch that is. I think that's been taken cleanly. I don't know whether they're looking at it as a bump ball or not, but it was a one-hand stunning effort.
Dilruwan Pereira. He was the man at gully. They're thinking that the bat hit the ground, sliced off the outside edge. Let's see what the soft signal is. Well, he's gone upstairs. He doesn't think it's out.
So we've got a umpire review for a clean catch and bump ball. So we need to look at the front foot first, please. Okay, we can stop there. We've got a no ball. So I'll go back to Richard on field.
That is a shame. They're not even going beyond that. It's a clear no ball. Off the mark. Beautifully played through mid-wicket. I'd be looking for, in fact, they'll be happy with 2. Lovely clip of his pads. Half volley on the leg stump.
Well, he'll remember this flick for the rest of his life. Yeah. Thanking the force above. Very good player through that square leg and mid-wicket. Very wristy.
Friendly. Oh, full toss. For a moment, I thought that was it looked a gift. I thought it was fall written all over it. But Shan Masood has found the man at extra cover.
Struck it off the middle of the bat, but have a look at the balance, right? That body not into that drive. And an easy catch for Dinesh Chandimal. Christmas has come early for Rajitha. Shan Masood gone for not playing a full toss down the throat of the man at mid-off. Pak lose their first wicket for 3.
The captain's in. He hasn't had a great run in the recent past. He's been struggling a bit with the bat. Well, the last 10 innings have been averaging 12, but still that average is quite decent. He's got 1500s, 31 50s. No doubting the quality of the man. Last ball of the over. And just that ball getting back, coming into Azhar Ali. It's a good over from Kasun Rajitha. That missed everything. Bounced a second time as it went past the keeper. That's a bye. Did get some movement off the pitch. Have a look. It's the ball to leave the right-hander.
Bit of a cutter from the left armour. Not exactly a seamer ball, but it hit the patch and turned him around on the bounce to the keeper.
Gone over the top. That's a boundary. It's first in Test cricket. Will he remember that as well, Ramesh?
I'm sure. But not with a lot of fondness, because it was a slash over the slip cordon. But the thing that I'm already liking about this little innings is that he's quite firm in whatever he wants to do. So he's getting back and across. There's a flick of his pads, and this was a slash as if he knows how to deal with that length and angle.
Nice, confident shot from the captain.
And goes all the way. He just eased into this. You can understand from Fernando's perspective, trying to get it to swing, just see if it will shape a little. Yeah, just a wide, long half volley.
That length's great if he can get that shape in. That's what he's looking for. Just not there.
Oh, flayed away. Hands went in it very quickly, and it also went very quickly off the edge past slip.
Rairu Kumara most likely to use the short balls. He's got a deep square leg.
It's a goodie. It's a goodie. Something about a horse bolting.
Poor delivery. Gets on top. A shot of total authority from Abid Ali.
He's very good with the cut shot. He's very good with the pull shot, but today he's stuck out with that cut shot as Abid Ali.
Punched. That's a free hit. No turn at all, short and wide. The length was wrong, so that was a gift.
Proper loosener. Short, wide, smash to the fence.
Runs behind point, using the pace of the ball and running it square. Another boundary.
With that back foot punch through the offside, owing to his strength.
Nice stride out as well. Threw mid off. Timing's perfect. This outfield has value for money. Another look at that beautiful drive. Look at the stride out and then the punch. He's certainly been asking a few questions, Kumara, with his pace.
Lovely cover drive, 2 full, smashed through the offside. Azhar Ali balanced perfect. And welcome boundary for him as he plays a beautiful cover drive.
Absolutely gorgeous. The 50 partnership is up. That's got the crowd excited. Another lovely drive. Once more, the hallmark is a stride. Just gets well forward, gets to the ball and then controls it. Just didn't overhit it. The timing was perfect.
Oh, yes.
Survives the over. Will this be lunch? Yes, it is. So Pakistan will be pleased with their morning's work, and so would Abid Ali be. On his debut, he's done well. He's got through that first real test or challenge. Batting through to lunch, and he'll feel good as Pakistan going to lunch at 54 for 1.
Pakistan lost Masood really early, in fact for a duck, as Rajita stuck, and in the middle is debutant Abid Ali alongside his captain Azhar Ali. Pakistan reaching 54 for 1 at lunch on day 5. Oh, success for Rajita, 1 for 5 for him, and Fernando, Kumar and Pereira all used, but no success, or further success rather, for Sri Lanka. That's the match in brief so far. Sri Lanka winning the toss, electing to bat 308 for 6 in their first innings, and Pakistan in reply after a shaky start of 54 for 1. We'll take a very short break here. When we come back, we'll see the best of action from the second session on day 5.
It's a straight hit and a big hit. Good time for Abid Ali to be batting out there. The early jitters should be over on debut Abid Ali, so a lot of focus will be on him. That was the attempted in-swinging slant there from Vishwa. Yeah, he's looking for that leg before shout. That's a nice shot. That's a wonderful flick into the gap. Oh, once again, miscommunication between the two.
There was an easy 3.
Just closing the face of the blade on that one. Big inside edge.
That's what I thought too. But he's getting support from the slip cord, and Kusal Mendis at second slip also was quite loud.
Misfield, it allows Azhar Ali a single. Oh, would have been a great catch. He's not been entirely there against the short ball, Abid Ali. Short fellow and almost was off his feet when he's trying to execute this pull.
He followed him from around the wicket.
That's a nice drive, beautifully played. He had earlier played one which was kind of picture perfect. This almost mirrors that effort.
Bowls it right up there. The ball's not swinging. It's always a free hit.
Pereira here in the first innings, not been able to create an impact. And that is where I think most of these spinners need to learn the art. Not only to do well here, but also when they go abroad on a tour, how to use the conditions and become their kind of bowlers.
Natural variation of a pitch. Rangan Herath was a master. He understood that. And he just bowled just outside off stump. Even when he doesn't expect it, the ball slides on. You're referring to those type of variations not being there too. So got to find a way to get a wicket or find a way to stay in the game.
Got to become good first innings bowlers, these spinners. Pinches a single.
Sweep shot, and it's gone fine and will go to the fence. Abid Ali gets another boundary.
From round the wicket, short fine leg in the circle, or where a circle would have been 30 yards. But there's nobody behind square leg, so the sweep shot is an option. No one behind backward square leg. And this time he got it into the gap. He worked it quite well. Very intentional, went very fine.
Azhar Ali gets it down the ground and a boundary with that beautiful on drive.
Well, Lairu Kumara not the quickest. Someone slightly quicker would have intercepted it. But let's not take anything away from the quality of the shot. Once again, not looking to hit it too hard. Just a firm push. And not the easiest shot to play the on drive. From around the wicket, just leant into it. Look at the timing.
And when Azhar Ali hits down the ground or plays that on drive, you know that everything is in sync and that he's in form batting well.
Pass point, a forcing shot off the back foot. Easy couple. He's been very good off the back foot, particularly square of the wicket, Abid Ali. Finds the edge, and that should be his 50. And an important innings for the debutant. He reaches 50, it's 87 for 1.
It's a straight hit and a big hit.
Abid Ali just turns that around, and another couple of runs. He looked very, very secure throughout the innings, and especially against the off spin of Pereira, has had no problems whatsoever.
Well, the man at short mid-wicket, we were asking for a short leg, but what he's done is found the man at short mid-wicket, and Lahiru Kumara has got the wicket Sri Lanka wanted. Dimuth Karunaratne, the catcher, well, they can have a laugh about it, as Azhar Ali has pushed a bit, bounced on him, angled into his ribs.
Azhar Ali looking back at the pitch as if to suggest that the ball just stuck in that pitch, but Kumara gets a wicket with that short mid-wicket in place. Azhar Ali out for 36, it's 90 for 2.
Home side are 2 down. They've just lost their captain. It's good energy from Kumara, but this is Babar Azam at home for the first time. Real home, that is. Pakistan soil with a very good crowd and post-lunch here on day 5. Oh, yeah, tail up for sure. Challenging. Wicket maiden. So the right arm angles coming round, and Abid Ali's enjoyed that. Nice little paddle. He said, Baba, just hang on. Just cool your heels and let's settle in here, because Babar Azam, he wants to entertain this crowd for sure.
That's a slash and will run away, should run away for 4. I like Abid Ali. I think he's got a lot to offer. So there's energy when he's batting. He's looking for those singles. He's back and across, and his defense is not bad. Can work a little bit against the short ball, but I think it's his positivity that excites you.
Yeah, 100%. You've got to be positive and want to absorb the stage. And able to enjoy the moment, take the moment with both hands, and here Abid Ali is. Now it's time for Babar Azam. That's handsome, but there is protection. It's back over to you, Babar Azam.
Oh, beautifully played. Strong drive against the spin. Quality from Babar.
Oh, hands, hard hands. There's that extra bounce and zip from Kumara.
I understand this impetuosity from Babar, because it bounced just a little bit more and once again played it with hard hands, because he wants to showcase his talent and ability to hit the ball and go at a faster pace, because in Australia, it perfect game plan. Played within, whenever the ball was pitched within the stumps, had nothing to do with it when it was pitched outside that off-stump line.
It's great stuff. It really is now.
Oh, accurate and almost a wicket here. That one spun back sharply.
Lovely bit of flight. It was almost... Yeah, we're happy to let it go. I think he let it go almost on length, didn't he? It just dropped and wasn't that far away from off peg.
He plays that length well, Abid Ali. Maybe a short-statured guy, but he packs a punch when he's looking to play that back foot drive. Shot beautifully played, square drive. Stamping his class is Babar Azam.
Seizing the moment. Yeah, Knows it's an occasion and a half. Even if it's a truncated test match. Yeah, classic stuff. Really is a pleasure to watch and so easy on the eye when Babar Azam plays these sort of strokes.
And just with that angle, we've seen it easy for Abid Ali, who smashes it past cover and come back for two, maybe third on offer, yes. Pulled away for a single.
That's 4. These are freebies. These are free runs, really.
But Abid Ali won't mind that. Closing in on that 100, and with this bowling, he will fancy his chances. Short and wide, cut shot has been superb. It's worked wonders in this innings for Abid Ali.
Going back to the points table, Bazid, because it's about the series. It's not exactly about the number of matches played. The number of points you earn. He's motoring along. Abid Ali, he couldn't have asked for a better test debut and better bowling to feast on.
It's all about the numbers right now for Abid Ali. With this boundary, he needs 22 more.
4 more. This time it's Babar. Since it's not happening, but it's really happening for the batsman. Tossed up by Dhananjay De Silva, and that's a 50-run partnership. 76 balls.
And Babar Azam and Abid Ali enjoying this fairly innocuous spin bowling. Hits it through the offside, boundaries flowing, crowd loves it, Babar loves it, Abid Ali loves it, Russell Allen not so.
Babar, they're serving the pies half an hour early. Pies are for tea.
Full toss to one of the best batsmen in world cricket right now.
He's calling for 2, a little short there, and yeah, very comfortable brace. Geez, Babar's quick. I think he was eyeing up maybe 3.
Oh, this is exquisite. Sumptuous. Absolutely brilliant. Tossed up wide of the off stump. Nothing to worry with no turn. Got his foot across, and the rest is history.
Yeah, he's in the groove now. There's Babar Azam, 36 from 51. Strike rate, well, it was going around about 12 or 13. His first sort of 9 or 10 deliveries. Now, stepped on the gas. And all very sedate at the moment. Crowd are the ones creating some energy here. Plays just ticking along.
Oh, what a shot. Mid-off saving 1. It's tossed up. Babar Azam getting to it and covered the line. There's no turn at all. So the drive was made to look easy.
One more of these, you'll have a half century, Babar Azam. Effortless, admired the stroke.
$177 for 2. So 177 for 2. It's time for tea on day 5. 91 not out to Abid Ali, who will feel extremely satisfied. He's getting closer to that important landmark on his debut. And if he can get to that 100, it will be a first in world cricket history.
So that's the story of the second session. Then Abid Ali on debut looking very good on 91, 9 shot of a century. And if he does that, he will become the first man in history to score century both on ODI and Test debut. With him, Babar Azam looking good at 47. And Sri Lanka's bowling, not much success. Rajitha 1 for 5 and 1 for 32 for Lahira Kumara. That's the match in brief then. Sri Lanka won the toss, elected to bat 308 for 6, powered by Dhananjay's unbeaten century, in Pakistan in reply looking very solid, 177 for 2 at tea on day 5 of this first test match. We'll take a very short break here. When we come back, we'll see the best of action from the third and final session of the match.
It's a straight hit and a big hit.
Dilruwan Perera, Sri Lanka's most senior bowler after the retirement of Rangana Herath. Brilliant record, quickest to 100 wickets. More than 150 test wickets to his name. Never really got the credit, even though he was picking up wickets, because there was a Herath at the other end. 37 years old, Dilruwan Perera. I'd be surprised if Sri Lanka do continue with him in Karachi when you have Ambuldenia, a young spinner, a left-arm spinner.
There you go, a beautiful shot, as you mentioned, back foot drive to the fence.
That's 50. Half century to Babar Azam. A classy one. Oh yes, listen to the crowd. 13th half century to Babar Azam. Almost 1,500 test runs already. But he's better than that. Better than a 200s when he has 13 half centuries. Perera. Nicely played by Babar. Quick outfield. That's why he's so good. He's got the ability to even maneuver that ball into gaps. So that makes it tough for the bowler to stick to a line, stick to a length. And then the captain has problems. How does he plug those gaps? Poor bowling this.
Babar Azam really ticking now. Took on the short ball. This is short and wide. He slapped this, a front foot square drive. Just waited for it a tad and then absolutely threw the kitchen sink at it and smashed it past point.
Probably only a couple this time. Oshudha Fernando gets around. Clever batting. 200 comes up for Pakistan. Too good. He's too good, Babar Azam. Well, the chances that he'll get 200 quicker than Abid Ali is there. He's on 72 now.
Wish for Fernando. Short delivery, hammered away in front of mid-wicket. So he gets closer. He's one short of that record. He's now on 99.
Wonderful, wonderful, great scenes, massive audiences to welcome Abid Ali to Test match cricket. Is waiting for something to happen, and this was a beautiful shot because he's been peppered with a lot of short stuff. This time on top of that pull shot. Nice shot on 99. Well, they're all shouting, Abid Ali, Abid Ali, 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 they say. Here we go. Single away from a fantastic milestone. Gets it. Gets 100 on Test match debut. The elation, the successful debut, the emotions come through, and he has got a unique record. A century on debut in ODIs, a century on debut in Test match cricket, and this is how he got there.
He's going for it. There's only a single. There's a man on the boundary, but he's making his intentions clear. At least that's how we see it, that slog sweep kind of shot attempted by Babar Azam. Go square. Might be looking for a couple. And they may want to check the boundary. That's Sandakan on the boundary. Yeah, I think he's going to be all right. Just managed to flick it back.
A little awkward, but did the job.
Runs through mid-wicket. And this time it goes for 4. So he goes into the 80s, Babar Azam.
And it is so good to see him cash in on his form.
That's a short delivery. Banged away on the leg side. That's 4. Picking the gap between long on and deep mid-wicket. Babar Azam moving quickly, getting close to the 90s. He's now on 87.
Really was a very fine shot because he had to miss the 2 fielders in the deep. Admittedly, not such a great delivery from the off-spinner, but it had to be placed well, and it was brilliantly placed.
Well, he's achieved his objective. He's got the strike off with a single off the last ball. Inside out, through extra cover. Just slightly opening the face of the bat. And that will run away to the boundary. That's a good area to aim for Babar Azam because there wasn't any cover behind that fieldsman.
And it was made possible because of his wonderful footwork. Have a look at this. Inside out drive, got to the pitch, and then the angle of the bat came through. 150-run partnership between the two. Pakistan playing Test cricket after a gap of 10 years. Babar Azam, star in the making in the 90s. Just a strike away from 100. First Test match at home, and what a response from this very elegant player.
I'm sure there must be quite a few who's playing their first Test at home. In fact, all of them, the entire 11's playing their first Test at home. He's on 96. And it's in the gap at mid-wicket. He just inches close to that 100. He's on 97. Punched off the back foot. That will run away to the boundary, and Babar Azam scores his 100 in his very first innings on his home soil. And what a important, a magnificent moment, not just for Babar Azam, but for this crowd and cricket in Pakistan.
Always labeled as someone very special. (102 of just 120 balls. That's the other great thing about this knock.
That's not a good sign. 252 for 2. Well, how about that? Game's being called. The light meter came out. The light was measured. And the players all are happy to shake hands. The end of the first test here in Rawalpindi after a gap of about 11 years. Test cricket has returned. It's a draw. But the most important thing is it's been an event. Plenty of positives for both teams. But especially for Pakistan, their players and their fans.
Pakistan looked solid on day 5. Abid Ali scoring a wonderful century on debut, and Babar Azam, the ever-impressive Babar Azam, also making to the 3-figure mark. 252 for 2 of Pakistan. So that is the effort from Sri Lanka's bowlers. Rajata only 6 overs. He pulled a hamstring, 1 for 5 for him. And the other successful bowler, 1 for 46 for the fast and furious Lahiru Kumara. Over a century on debut, it is Abid Ali who was declared the man of the match. So that's the match in brief then. Sri Lanka winning the toss, elected to bat. 308 powered by Dhananjay's century, and in reply Pakistan very solid 252 centuries from Abid Ali and Babar Azam before the match was drawn. Hope you enjoyed the highlights. Goodbye.
It's a straight hit and a big hit.